For the visiting Trailblazers of UNT-Dallas, they shot 36.4% from the floor, 20 of 55, as the Drovers were 22 of 56 at 39.3%. From behind the arc, the Trailblazers were 4 of 13, while the Drovers were 2 of 7 at the free throw line. The UNT-Dallas Trailblazers 21 of 31 at 67, almost 68%. And the Drovers 24 of 38 at 63.2%. Turnovers-wise, each team with 28, 56 turnovers between both teams. The Drovers scored 23 off of those, and the Trailblazers scored 18 off of those turnovers. Total rebounds, the Drovers 48 to 45 win in that category. 11 offensive rebounds and 37 defensive rebounds for USAO, while the Trailblazers only had 8 offensive rebounds and 37 defensive rebounds. Assist-wise, the Drovers had 12, the Trailblazers with 7. There were 2 blocks by USAO, while the Trailblazers had 9 blocks this afternoon against the Drovers. 18 steals for the Drovers, 13 for the Trailblazers, and 26 fouls called against both teams. Individually, Kayla James was the leading scorer for UNT-Dallas. She had 2 rebounds and 15 points. Alyssa Miller had 14. She fouled out. 4 of 4 at the free throw line, 2 of 4 behind the arc, and 4 for 10 from the field. Michaela Dumas was 3 of 9 from the floor, 4 of 8 at the free throw line, 3 rebounds and 10 points. Kyla Payne had 8 points. Morgan Straughter had 7. Zion Cormier, the team's leading scorer, finished with 4 points. Alyssa Penley had 4. Tamaya Miller had 3 points. Pierre, Mundy, Bills, and Miner were in the game, but they did not score. For the Drovers, they were led this afternoon by Lainey Morrow, the sophomore out of Bridge Creek, Oklahoma. She finished with 20 points, 4 rebounds, no assists, and 7 of 8 at the free throw line. Zaria Dorsey finished with 15 and 9 rebounds. Diaka Baretti was the team's only player in double-double with 15 points and 12 rebounds, and what a game she had. 5 of 13 from the floor, 5 of 8 at the free throw line, those 12 rebounds and 1 assist. BB Polk with 9 points this afternoon. She was 3 for 5 at the charity stripe, 3 of 4 on the floor, and then Trinity Alexander finished with 7 points. I think this is her only game she has played so far this season where she has been in single-digit scoring, but she still is a force to be reckoned with when she gets out on the court. Tony Fortune, a great game herself, only 2 points, but did a lot of good work handling the ball for the Drovers in that full court pressure by the Trailblazers. Palmer finished with 2. She fouled out, and Kadera Hamilton had a rebound and 1 foul in the time that she was in the game this afternoon. So the Drovers, again, 9-0 overall. They are 4-0 in conference play. We're going to take a break and get ready for our men's game here in just a moment. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network. Good afternoon. Welcome back to our pregame show brought to you by Dragoon Graphics. I'm Danny Henderson, joined now with the head coach for the men's basketball team here at USAO, Chris Francis. Coach, again, let's just go back quickly and review what happened Thursday night against Southwestern Assemblies of God. You guys are down early in the second half by 9, fighting back the whole way and still playing with a deficit until about, 4 minutes or so to go. And then the shots started dropping. The defense turned it up more than 1 notch, and they got after it. I mean, that had to make you feel good.
Yeah, I think you just hit it on the nail on the head. It's shots started falling, and if we hit shots, I think we can play with anybody in the country. And when we don't hit shots, we had to rely a lot on our defense. And I think we did that the other night. So hopefully tonight we can not have too much of a hangover from that big electrifying game. And I know our crowd is probably going to be a little bit lower due to students being out for school. But hopefully our community can come out and see us. Yeah. And then after our game, go check out the Christmas parade at downtown.
Absolutely. Our good friend George Plummer had an active role in that, yes. And that would be fun to do after the game. Good point. Right. The benefit you are having to get to use right now is the depth of your bench. Right. You probably have started multiple different starting fives over the games that you played so far this season. Right. Talk a little bit about the depth of your team.
Well, we have to have another guy step up, throughout the season because of illness or injury and stuff like that. And so right before break hit, we started to figure out that, okay, these are our rotations. And then we come back from break and we have a kid get sick, and then now you got to go next man up mentality. And so with this group, it's anybody from our top to the end of the bench I feel comfortable enough to put out there, because I know they're going to play hard, they're going to be able to hit shots. And so it's a luxury that we have on our team, and I think that makes us that much better. So.
Today's opponent, the Trailblazers from North Texas, Dallas, a good team, got a good record, tied for second in the current conference standings. Right. What do you expect from them on the defensive end?
They're going to get after us in our jersey, similar to what we've seen in the past with Sagu, but just different personnel. I think they'll match up with us better. They don't have too many big guys that they have inside, but they have a lot of perimeter guys that can give us fits. And so defensively, they're going to pressure us, get in our jersey. Offensively, they're going to run a lot of execution or a lot of half-court plays. They're going to push it in transition when they have it. They have a lot of good players, a lot of different guards that can score in multiple ways. So we're going to have to bring it even more tonight, I would think, because they're playing for something. UNT is a great team, and they've just been established, and coach does a good job at preparing and scouting, and so they're going to know exactly what we do and what we want to do, and so we just got to make sure we know our game plan. So
one of the benefits of the depth of your team is you got a player of the caliber of Sam Kelisele, who legitimately can be a starter almost anywhere, but he understands his role, and when he gets in there as the sixth man, right, he steps it up, and it doesn't take long.
Yeah, instant scoring off the bench, yes. And we knew that coming into the season. We figured he'd be a starter, but and we tell these guys all the time, it's not necessarily at this level about starting every game. It's about finishing games. And so it kind of reminds me when I was at Rogers State, we had 2 All-Americans that came off the bench when we was the #1 team in the country. And so trying to piggyback off that and similar, make our style similar. And I think Sam and Harold and Tyler and a couple other guys that come off the bench can do that. And so we're just, happy to have a guy like Sam that is okay with buying into that position, because he started at every Division I he was at. He could have clearly came here and said, no, I need to be a starter. But he bought into his role, and I think he understands it, and he knows how to do it really well. And, it's definitely a spark for sure.
Well, slams by Sam are certainly electrifying. We saw that in the game Thursday night.
Right. I like that nickname too. So.
Well, we'll try to use it a few times.
I hope so.
All righty.
So.
Coach, appreciate you being with us. Good luck this afternoon against North Texas Dallas. Look forward to talking to you later.
Yep, talk to you soon.
Head Coach Chris Francis with USAO men's team back with more of our pregame activities after this timeout. This is Drover Basketball on the Center Athletic Conference Sports Network. Diving for it is Hall. Gives it to Hyde. Underneath the cross. What about the slam?
Drover's Nation. Let's ride.
Eight cars on track, 9 times out of 10, I'ma be the one to win. Running up a lot of get them for this on my end. They play fake crazy, homebody, you just.
Bowling slips on the floor and is taken away. Sam Kelly with the reverse slam. And the Drovers are dominating 79-68. Slide to Silly. Sam with the slam. Welcome back inside the field house on the campus of Science and Arts of Oklahoma as we get ready for the men's game. Head coach Chris Francis comes into this afternoon's game with UNT-Dallas with a touch of a magician when it comes to putting together a patchwork lineup, albeit a winning one with a key injury and illness. Last Thursday evening, Langston Gaither was unable to go because of sickness. He's usually one of the starters. And Jace Hollingshed came and played exceptionally well as a starter. And the Drovers took on a very athletic Southwestern Assemblies of God Lions team that gave the Drovers all they wanted and then some. Down by as many as 9 points early in the second half, the Drovers remained resilient and started getting shots to fall from downtown, as well as incredible energetic play from Sam Kelosele, including some monstrous dunks and defensive stops that vaulted the Drovers to a come-from-behind win over the Lions by the final score, 83-68. That was the Lions' first conference loss in 4 games. Today's opponent, UNT-Dallas, enters with an overall record of 4-3 and 2-1 in conference play. The Drovers are 5-3 and undefeated in their first 3 SAC games. USAO is on a 3-0 win streak, with their last loss coming against Evangel University, 82-71 on November the 14th. The Trailblazers have 4 players averaging in double figures scoring. They have held previous opponents to 40.7% shooting from the field. The Drovers are shooting 43.6% and 35.1% behind the three-point arc, while USAO is making almost 33% of their three-point attempts from deep. UNT-Dallas is making 71% of their free throw shots so far this season. Both of these teams have only played twice, with UNT-Dallas and the Trailblazers joining the SAC last season. The Drovers won both games last season by 17 in the first game and by 7 in the second game. And again, just want to remind you of some of the other games going on this afternoon in the Center Athletic Conference. Mid-America Christian University is at Wayland Baptist. Central Christian College is at OCU. Texas Wesleyan University is at Southwestern Assemblies of God. Southwestern Christian University at Oklahoma Panhandle State. And Langston is at John Brown University this afternoon. The standings as far as the men are concerned, Langston is in first place at 4-0. Science and Arts in second at 3-0. Sagu is 3-1 in third place. And Wayland Baptist, number 16 in the country, is 2-1 in fourth place. In fifth place is UNT-Dallas at 2-2. And then there are 5 teams tied for sixth place: Southwestern Christian, Texas Wesleyan, Mid-America, John Brown, and Oklahoma City with 1 and 2 conference records. Central Christian coming in at 1 and 3, and Panhandle State also still looking for their first conference win of the season. So there we are. Kind of brings you up to date on where things are happening in the SAC, the Dragoon Graphics pregame show, and it's Wayland Baptist beating Mid-America Christian by 1 point, and so it's a buzzer beater for Wayland Baptist. And now USAO will go to Mid-America on Thursday evening at Mid-America, and they will be taking on the Evangels from Mid-America Christian University. And it looks like now that USAO, as a result of that loss, will be in first place. And so that'll still be a great game coming up Thursday night at Mid-America Christian University.
Number 4.
Here's the starting lineup for the University of North Texas Dallas. Number 1, Demarion Thornton, a 6'2 sophomore guard out of Dallas, Texas. Number 3, Vernon Johnson, a 6'4 sophomore out of DeSoto, Texas. Number 4, Curtis Coleman, a 5'11 senior guard from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Number 10, Jules Moore, a 6'6 junior forward from Houston, Texas. And number 40, DeAndre Robinson, a 6'6 sophomore forward out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And for the Drovers, as they enter this afternoon's contest with an overall record of 5-3, they have won 3 straight games this season, all of those being conference games. Their starting lineup will look like this, similar to what it was Thursday night. It'll be number 1, Gerard McCunte, a 6'6 senior guard from Austell, Georgia. Number 3, C.J. Mann, a 6'1 sophomore guard from Alma, Arkansas, who transferred from Arkansas Tech University. Number 10, Logan Dolan, a 6'4 sophomore guard from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, who transferred from Missouri Western. Number 11, Jace Hollingshed, making his second consecutive start for the Drovers, a 6-foot sophomore guard from Oologah, Oklahoma, who played at Union High School. And rounding out the starting 5 for the USAO Drovers, it'll be number 15, Cade Allen, a 6'1 sophomore guard from Hammond, Oklahoma, and a transfer from Oklahoma Christian University. So there is the starting 5 for both teams as we are ready to get things going, albeit a little bit late from a long women's game that was just, again, it was a hard-fought game. Both teams combined for 26 fouls called between them both, and I'd have to go back and look, but I think there were probably, 70-ish, maybe free throw attempts between both schools. Nevertheless, the women Drovers team, they come away with a 5-point win, their third 5-point win in conference play in 4 games. And they really had to fight hard to get that win, and certainly happy for and proud of Coach Matthews and the women's basketball team for a great game this afternoon. Now let's turn our attention to the men as the Trailblazers come in with their road white uniforms trimmed in blue, and the Drovers in their green home uniforms with the gold trim across the shoulders and the back. And there's the opening toss, the Stanley Systems opening tip-off, and the Drovers will maintain possession on the opening tip. C.J. Mann coming off an 0-for-6 attempt the other night, which was very uncharacteristic. He is back out there and goes underneath to Jace Hollingshed. Jace going up for the shot. He draws the foul, and he's shooting 2. So 12 seconds have elapsed in the game, and we're already shooting free throws. Hollingshed on the season has yet to attempt a free throw. Now he's 0 for 1. Glad to have you along again, the Center Athletic Conference Network, for this afternoon's game. And he makes the second one, 1-0. 1-0. The Drovers with the lead. On the far side with it is Coleman. Goes down with it quickly and off of the leg of, looks like maybe Hollingshed. And going up with it was Thornton to catch the pass. Now triggering the inbound will be Curtis Coleman, and he'll go over to Thornton. Coleman will come back out to run the offense, guarded by C.J. Mann. Thornton out top to Coleman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. In the near corner, Johnson, he'll dribble in, left elbow, kicks it out. Shot on the way, Coleman makes it. And the Trailblazers take the lead 2-1, 19-15, first half. C.J. Mann will operate the offense. He's guarded there by Thornton. C.J. right side to Cade Allen. Cade, one of the key shooters late in the game Thursday night against Sagu. Long two-pointer is missed by McCunte, and it'll go out of bounds, and so the Trailblazers will get the ball. Full court pressure, a bit of a press by the Drovers. Coleman has it on the far side, down with it quickly to Moore, and putting up the long 3 ball, missing it, is going to be Thornton on the shot. The leading scorer coming into the game this afternoon is Jules Moore, number 10. He's averaging 17 points a game. In the 7 games that the Trailblazers have played so far this year. C.J. Mann with the ball, gives it off to Logan Dolan. McCunte will try his 3, and he got it. Gerard McCunte nails the first 3-pointer of the game. He's shooting 31.6% from behind the arc and averages 17 points a game himself. Drovers on top, 4-2. Screen set by Robinson. Coleman down in the corner to Johnson as he dribbles in from the corner. He is called for traveling, and it's a turnover to the Drovers with the 2-point lead, 18-15, here in the opening half. Glad to have you along the Center Athletic Conference Network this evening as we're getting close to evening. C.J. Mann walking it up, and he's picked up there quickly by Tariq Amon, the first substitute coming off the bench for the Trailblazers. Dolan with the three-pointer off the heel of the rim into the hands of Amon. On the side is Coleman, left side, misses on the layup. McCunte clears the board with the rebound. Gerard brings it up, stays toward the middle, now goes to the left. Allen, left side, dribbles in, off the glass, good. 6-2, the Drovers with the lead, 17-44. First half. On the left wing is Thornton. Stop and shoot and makes the bucket is Johnson. And the Trailblazers pulled within 2, 6-4. Dolan out front to McCunte. Man-to-man defense by UNT-Dallas. Jace Hollingshed with the ball. Goes out front to Dolan. Goes over to the left. Back to Allen. Three ball by Dolan. Far side. Got it. 2 3-pointers here in the early going for the Drovers. They lead it 9-4 over the Trailblazers. The Drovers receiving votes in the last top 25 poll of the NAIA. Three ball is missed by Johnson. McCunte with the rebound. Comes up himself. C.J. Mann fakes a three. Tries to go in. Has the ball knocked away, but he draws the foul from Curtis Coleman. Coleman, the 5'11 senior guard from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That'll be the first one on him, and the second team foul. Inbounding right baseline will be Hollingshed. The Drovers on top, 9-4. Cade Allen back underneath the McCunte, down in the blocks, in the paint, turnaround, puts it up off the left side, and got the roll. 11-4, the Drovers leading. Good defense against Coleman. Now with the ball is Moore, picked up by Allen. Now Thornton will work it. At the high post to Gaines. Shot on the way is missed. Saving it is Thornton, keeping it from out of bounds. Driving in from the far side. And the foul is going to be called, I think, against Logan Dolan.
Drovers is first. Shoot 2.
Going to the free throw line will be Marion Thornton on the season. He's 100% from the free throw line. Trailblazers down by 7, 11-4. First free throw misses off the heel of the rim. And coming in, Sam Kello-Selle, who had a monstrous game against Sagu Thursday night. Finished as the high point scorer for the Drovers. 27 points in that game. Second free throw is good by Thornton. And the Trailblazers now to within 6. They trail 11-5. C.J. Mann gets it over to Selle. Back to Hollingshed down in the blocks, and he is going to be called for traveling. So there's a turnover. And the Trailblazers will get the ball. Sam Kello-Selle come up to defend. Bounce pass underneath to Thornton. From the right elbow, it's good by Coleman. 11-7. Trailblazers coming back. They trail by 4. McCunte going against Thornton. To Selle. Hollingshed on the left side. Give it to Mann. Selle with the ball. Looking to go against Moore. He'll spot up for 3. Got it!
Triple threat from Sam.
Sam Kello-Selle, the transfer from Marist University, makes a direct impact on a three-pointer. Scoop shot is good by Tariq Amon, 5'9" junior guard out of Capel, Texas. Left elbow jumper by Selle, no good. Going up for the rebound is Moore. Over on the far side to Mann. Correction, make that Coleman with the ball. Now Amon has it. Guarded by Caden Allen. Shot on the way from the far side, misses. Coleman on the shot and trying to save it from going out of bounds is Allen, but not able to handle it to maintain possession. Stops the clock, 14:49 here in the first half. The Drovers leading at 14-9. Here in the early going, the Drovers are 3 of 4 from behind the arc, as the Trailblazers have yet to hit one on 3 attempts. And the shot is good by Johnson, as the Trailblazers pull within 5. Jaden Harrell into the game for the first time. Now Mann will try a three-pointer. Got it! Even though he didn't score a point Thursday night, he's not letting that stop him. 17-11. The Drovers now with 4 three-pointers here in the early going. 4 of 5. Going up for the layup, drawing the foul is Curtis Coleman. And the foul will be called against Jaden Harrell. That's his first one. And the second team foul here in the first half on the Drovers. Coleman will go to the free throw line on the season, 73.3% on his free throw attempts. Got the first one. He's got one more coming. Now, Tyler Cawley will enter the game. Tyler, a 6'5" sophomore guard out of Riverview, Florida. One more free throw coming for Coleman. He misses. Running it down is Selle. He'll give it off to Harrell to run the offense. Jaden gets it across the timeline. Stops, goes out top to Selle. Selle working his way down in the blocks, in the paint, turnaround jumper, soft touch won't go. Rebound by Thornton. He'll give it off to Coleman. Coleman goes in quickly, kicks it out to Moore. Moore right side gets the layup. 17-14. The Drovers now up by 3. 13:54 to go. We are in the first half. Harrell will kick it out to Cawley. Cawley right side stops, and he's going to be called for traveling after he made a stride into the paint, not able to keep the footing, and pulls that pivot foot off the floor. 13:47 to go. A turnover to the Trailblazers. Coleman coming up quickly. Right side. Ball tipped around and getting the layup easily is Moore. 13:37 to go. We got a 1-point game. The Drovers up 17-16. C.J. Mann to McCunte. McCunte will give it to Cawley as they work it around the perimeter. Out top is Cawley. Works his way down on the right side. Picks up the dribble. Out top to Selle. 3-ball. Got it! Sam Kello now with 2 3-pointers coming off the bench. Jeez Louise, what a player. 20-16. 3-ball shot by Coleman. He got it. Curtis Coleman on the season. 26.7% from deep. Sam Kello with the ball on the right wing to Mann. Mann kicks it out to Harrell. Harrell drives in, stops, looks underneath, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. Looked like it went out of bounds off of Trailblazers. It did. So Langston Gaither coming in off the bench, unable to play last Thursday night. Hopefully he's feeling better. Good to see him dressed out and able to get out on the court this afternoon. 12:50 here in the first half remaining. 20-18. Drovers up by 2. Selle with the ball. Works his way into paint. Left side, puts up the shot and one. Oh, wow. You can't stop him. Extremely athletic. Knows what he's doing.
Foul on Vernon Johnson.
Knows how to handle himself in any given situation.
Sailing to the line for the Drovers.
Foul is going to be called against Johnson. That's his first one. Sam Kello at the free throw line. Got that one to go down on the season. Sam is shooting from the free throw line 69.7%. So the old-fashioned three-point play is good, and the Drovers are back up by 5, 23-18. Out front with it to Moore. Bounce pass down in the paint. Ball kicked away. Jaden Johnson Blair is into the game. Johnson Blair, a 6-foot sophomore guard from Dallas, Texas. 12.5 minutes here in the first half, and the Drovers are up by 5, 23-18. Harrell out top to McCunte. Sam Kello down the blocks, left side, working against Moore. Turnaround jumper over him, misses it. Moore with the rebound. Takes it up on the far side, now slows it down. He'll hand it off to Tariq Amon, the guard. Averages 11.3 points a game, the first man off of the bench. He'll step back for a long-range three. Got it. Jeez Louise, what a shot. 37.5% shooter on the season from behind the arc. Langston Gaither with the ball. Right side. Kicks it out. Sam Kello will try another three. Got it! That's 3 for Sam Kello. 11:41 to go. That gives Sam Kello 12 points. The way things are shaping up, I'm just going to go out on a limb. It appears it may be a technical foul. A 2-shot technical foul. Must have been something either said or done after the 3-point shot was made by Sele. And Amon, who is a 81.8% free throw shooter, misses on the first free throw. He has one more. And got that one. That will pull them to within 4, 26-22. So the Trailblazers will get the ball.
Larry Rusk into the game for the Trailblazers.
Larry Rusk will come in for the Trailblazers. 6-foot guard, graduate guard out of Dallas, Texas. Rusk averaging 3.5 points a game. He'll handle the offense on this possession. Johnson Blair with the ball goes over to Tariq Amin on the left wing. Amon has the ball kicked away, but picked up by Johnson. Amon gets a screen, gets around McCunty, had a block, and now Harrell has it, out front with it to McCunty, left side, double clutch, off the glass, no good, but a foul underneath, and Amon took one for the team on that one. Stops the clock with 11:09 here in the first quarter. The Drovers up by 4, 26-22. Gerard McCunty going to the free throw line, hitting 80% on the season while averaging 17 points a game. He has 5 so far. Free throw is good. Stretches the lead to 5 for the Drovers, 27-22. Second free throw is in there. Now the Drovers up by 6, 28-22. C.J. Mann getting ready to come back in for the Drovers at the next opportunity. Rusk on the far side, guarded by Sele. Amon in front of the Drovers bench. Gets a screen, comes around at the top of the key. On the wing to Johnson Blair. Rusk gets a screen, into the paint. Running jumper, no good. Rebound by Sele. Has a man. It's McCunty. He'll step back for a three. Got it! Gerard McCunty coming up big this afternoon as the Drovers are just lighting it up from downtown. My goodness. 6 of 7 here in the first half. 85.7%. Shot on the way is good by Amon. He shows he has the ability to can one from deep, and he did on that possession. 31-25. Langston Gaither kicks it out. Harrell stops at the right elbow. Back to Gaither. He'll launch a three-pointer. Misses it, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line shooting 3. Jaden Johnson Blair with the foul. That'll be number 1 on him. And it will be Langston Gaither at the free throw line on the season. Langston, an 80% shooter at the charity stripe, averaging 15.6 points per game. Coming in as a substitute in this one this afternoon. And misses on the first one. Clock stopped, 10:07 here in the first half. Drovers leading it by 6, pending one more free throw. Got it. 32-25.
Back in for the Drovers, C.J. Mann.
And C.J. Mann is back in. And Gaither with one more free throw since he was fouled behind the three-point line. Got it. 33-25, an 8-point lead for the Drovers. That may be their largest of the game. Jaden Harrell going against Johnson Blair. And we've got a whistle away from the ball. Kate Allen coming in. Foul against Jaden Harrell. That'll be the second one on the sophomore from Midwest City, Oklahoma. Former Carl Albert Titan. Rusk with the ball, guarded by Selle. At the post to Johnson. Johnson from the free throw line. Misses it. Rebound by Gaither. Gaither. Left side. Stops. Turn around. Down in the box. Underneath trying to find Selle. Ball is knocked away by the Trailblazers. Looks like it was Johnson Blair that got a hand on it. Dallin Forsyth will come in along with C.J. Mann. Dallin seeing his first action. He got some minutes in Thursday night as well. Rebounding right baseline to McCunty. Underneath to Selle, trying to go off the glass, and big time foul by Vernon Johnson. So Selle will go to the free throw line.
Larry Rusk with the foul.
Foul is on Larry Rusk. And that will be, I think, the first one on him. We'll double check. Oh, that's his first one. So Sam Kello at the free throw line is 2 for 2 in the game. Drovers on top by 8, 33-25. Good crowd this afternoon, in spite of the students being gone after taking finals. 2 special visitors here. My 2 daughters, Elizabeth Henderson, Black, and Emily Henderson. Glad to have them here. Hi, girls. 10-point lead for the Drovers. 9:31 to go in the first half. Drovers with a 10-point lead. Amon over to Rusk on the left wing. Selle is on him. Jordan Blair looking for the pass into the game for the first time. And shot is made, but missed. Another shot by Amon is missed. Now Rusk has it right side underneath. Shot is blocked by McCunty. Gerard averages 1.4 blocks a game.
Back into the game for the Drovers.
And it's Hasham Weston into the game for his first action this afternoon.
And Curtis Cole.
Excuse me, Hashim Weston, a 6'2 senior guard. Amon will be inbounding in front of the Drovers bench. Amon on the left wing, guarded by Forsyth. Gets to the baseline. Keeps the ball. Now drives in, stops, shoots right side. No good, and the buzzer went off. Now Sam Selle has it. He'll pop another 3, and that's the first one he missed. But fighting for it is C.J. Mann, and it goes out of bounds. They're going to say it went off of C.J. Great hustle as he was going against Jules Moore on the loose ball. Stopping the clock with 8:32 here in the first half. Drovers still leading it by 10, 35-25. USAO, winners of 3 straight games, all of those when the district season started. They were 2-3 when the district season started. They went on the road to win by 2 against John Brown, and then 1 by 1 against OCU. Nice play underneath by the Trailblazers. They pulled to within 8, 35-27. Johnson with the score. Logan Dolan back in. Cade Allen thought about shooting, but quickly got a defender in his face. Coleman was there. C.J. Mann picked up by Rusk. Now Sam Selle working his way in, right side. Turnaround jumper high off the glass. I mean, what precision by Sam Selle. 16 points in the game, for crying out loud. Backing out is Curtis Coleman. Coleman on the right side and gets underneath Selle, and very inconspicuously gets the foul called. Sam Kello picks up his second foul, so Coach Francis is going to bring over his invaluable substitute to the sideline. See how far they can go with him on the bench. Driving in is Thornton, and we got a foul on the floor.
Foul on Dallin Forsyth.
Dallin Forsyth will pick up the foul. That's the first one on Dallin.
Team 6.
And it'll be the 16th foul on the Drovers. Thornton goes out to Rusk. Allen is on him. Rusk drives from the right side, gets the layup and one.
Larry Rusk with the bucket.
He was able to get a quick step around Allen, and
Foul on Cade Allen.
Allen trying to catch up and inadvertently
Shooting 1.
makes the foul. So Rusk will go to the free throw line. On the season, he has yet to register a free throw, according to our stats. Got that one. He's 100% this afternoon. I guess that's all that matters right now. 37-30, 7-point lead for the Drovers. Forsyth across the timeline, left side to Dolan. He'll put up a three ball. Too long and hits the back of the rim. McCunty trying to save it. And coming up with it is Thornton over to Rusk on the near side. Trying to get around man. He's at the baseline, left side. Sneaks his way around and gets the bucket. And the Trailblazers have come to within 5 with 7:03 to go. Back in just a moment. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network.
That's what I'm supposed to do. Boy, am I surrounded? But y'all don't come around. Baby switched up how that sound. Like in the game, this feelings. Can't name something I did for I'm a dime free to the realest. I ain't never worried about another. So in that case, I'm the biggest. I've been traveling around the world. My pivot still ain't never finished. She got everything I want. You can go.
The Drovers are hitting 61% from the floor, 7 of 10 behind the arc, 8 of 10 at the free throw line. The Trailblazers 13 of 24 shooting, 2 of 6 behind the three-point line, 4 of 7 at the free throw line. McCunty with the ball, guarded by Moore. Gives it off to Forsyth, gets the screen. Forsyth will give it to Allen. They move the ball around the perimeter. Gaither makes a move, left elbow, stops, step back jumper, no good. Coming up with the rebound is Rusk, Larry Rusk for UNT-Dallas. Screen out top. Rusk to the baseline, over to Coleman. Forsyth is on him. Coleman trying to get around Forsyth, and they're going to call it against Dallin. So Dallin now with his second personal foul here in the first half. Stops the clock with 6:19 to go. Coleman will go to the free throw line. Coleman in the game today, 1 for 2. Puts up the free throw, misses that one. Coleman with 8 points. Actually, there are 3 players tied for the lead in scoring for the Trailblazers. Johnson has 8, Coleman has 8, and Amon has 8 coming off the bench. Selle leads with 16 for the Drovers. Second free throw is good. McCunty has 10 to be the second leading scorer for the Drovers, so 2 players already in double figures for the Drovers. McCunty, left side. C.J. Mann. Out top to Cauley. Langston Gaither. Step back. Now he goes underneath, and Gerard wasn't looking for it or could not get to it because of the defense. So a turnover. Now the Trailblazers have a chance to come within 2, maybe even 1 on this possession. Rusk has the ball. He's picked up by Mann. To the high post, Moore with the ball. 3 balls on the way, and it's missed. Rebound gathered in by Moore. Moore, turnaround jumper at the left elbow. It's good. And the Trailblazers had pulled within 2, 37-35. Cauley out front to Gaither. Back to Colley at the top of the key. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Underneath is McCunty off the right side. Kisses it off the glass for the layup, 39-35. 5:16 to go. McCunty now with 12 points in the game. Larry Rusk running the offense, slows it down. CJ Mann with him man-to-man. Ball tipped out of bounds. Good reaction there by McCunty to send it out of bounds. Coleman will inbound it right baseline for the Trailblazers. UNT-Dallas coming in with an overall record of 4-3, 2-1 in conference play. Rusk with the step-back jumper, misses it. Colley brings in the rebound. CJ Mann in the paint, right side, high off the glass, got it.
CJ Mann.
You know they practice that. They figure out how high they can go off of that glass and get it to go through the basket. Incredible shot. 41-35, CJ Mann with 5 points in the game this afternoon. Jayden Harrell is back out there playing with 2 fouls. Rusk picked up by Mann. In the near corner to Thornton. He'll put up the 3 ball, rims out. Rebound by Johnson. Turnaround is no good. Got his own rebound. Reverse layup won't good. Moore has the rebound and the putback. It finally goes. 3 attempts at the basket on that possession for the Trailblazers. Harrell with the ball. Drovers up by 4, 41-37. 4 minutes to go in the half. Underneath to Colley. Goes out of bounds off of the Trailblazers as Johnson came up thinking it went off of the leg of Colley. Tyler will take a seat on the bench, and Jace Hollingshed will come in for him, and we've got a timeout called by University of North Texas Dallas. We'll take it with them. 3:56 to go in the half. Drovers up by 4. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network.
California Bridge, take a half a D. Stop at a little party, end up at a big house. I can't push Shawty, cause she got a big mouth. Put up in a Rari, how about like a big dog? Get my together, feel like I done took 2 years off. Working on my schedule, I ain't really nothing chill out. How about you turn sour, I still don't know how to feel about it. Jordan young folded, but I'm still solid. I'm still out here, still don't know how to feel about it. Early in the morning, talking to my keys about it. Go ahead, sure, I let it go, and we beef about it. Knowing I go cold on you for weeks about it. You won't even that deep, but it's just how we be. I can't lie, we good, we better. I'm not surprised that you stereos out here be a look out. But if I can have a second in your try to elevate your mind, we can crush them on every level. I'm telling you, I feel it all.
Both teams shooting the ball pretty well here in the first half. The Trailblazers 50%, 15-13 or 30, while the Drovers are 13 of 21 at 62%. The Drovers 70% behind the arc, while the Trailblazers are 2 for 8. Coleman with the ball, out front to Moore. Moore will give it to Rusk as they stay beyond the perimeter. Now Rusk has it on the right side. Moore underneath in the paint. Turnaround jumper is good off the glass by Johnson. CJ Mann with the ball. Drovers up by 2, and a foul is going to be called against Johnson on the aggressive move defensively. Stops the clock with 3:25 to go here in the first half. So CJ Mann will go to the free throw line on the season. CJ
Mann for the Drovers.
Shooting the ball pretty well. He's averaging 8.3 points a game. Got that one to go down. CJ, the transfer from Arkansas Tech University. From Alma, Arkansas. Not too far. In fact, just across the Oklahoma-Arkansas state line. Got the second one to go down. 43-39. The Drovers up by 4. 3:23 remaining here in the first half. Glad to have you along the Sooner Athletic Conference Network this afternoon. Especially a shout out to all of the fans and followers of UNT-Dallas. We appreciate you joining us for today's games. Rusk, top of the key, guarded by Dolan. Shot on the way from the 3-ball range, and it's made by Curtis Coleman. And that pulls the Trailblazers to within one, 43-42. C.J. Mann with the ball. Gives it to Selle. He'll try a three. He got it. Samkello Selle having a game here in the first half. He is now 4 for 5 from behind the three-point line. And Sam Keller with 19 points here in the first half. Foul underneath.
Jace Hollingshed with the foul.
Jace Hollingshed being whistled for the foul. That's his first one here in the first half.
Team 9.
And going to the free throw line will be Jules Moore to attempt his first charity tosses. He has 6 points in the game, 3 of 4 shooting from the field. Got the first free throw, and that pulls him to within 3. 46-43, clock stopped with 2:36 to go here in the first half. Second one on the way, got that one. 2-point game for the Drovers. C.J. Mann will give it off to Logan Dolan. Dolan, 1 for 3 from behind the arc. The Drovers have made 8 3-pointers here in the first half. Jace Hollingshed will try it. He misses. Rusk with the rebound. Dolan gets in front of him. Now advances, but now steps back. Sam Selle is on Rusk. Moore thought about a shot. Now he takes one, misses it. C.J. Mann goes up high for the rebound. One thing about C.J. Mann, not only can he score, but he is a quiet rebounder. Plays both ends of the court extremely well. Sam Keller turn around in the paint, got it. Now 21 points here in the first half for Sam Keller Selle. Out of Durban, South Africa, the transfer from Marist University. On the far side with the ball is Johnson for the Trailblazers. Coleman has it. Guarded by Hollingshed. Underneath. Misses a shot. Johnson does, but he is fouled on the drive from the right side.
Foul on C.J. Mann to the line.
C.J. Mann will be whistled for the foul. That's only his first one. C.J. 2 for 2 from the floor. 1 for 1 behind the arc and 2 for 2 at the free throw line. He has 7 points. Free throw is made by Vernon Johnson. That's his first one of the game, so he's 1 for 1. He's got 11 points here in the first half. Trailblazers with 2 players in double figures. Coleman with 12, Johnson with 11 pending this free throw. Now he's tied with Coleman for the lead. Selle has 21, McCunte has 12 for the Drovers. C.J. Mann guarded closely there by Rusk. To Cade Allen. Working around the outside. Goes over on the left to Hollingshed. Back to Selle. Selle behind the arc makes his move against Moore. Step back jumper from the left elbow. Won't go. And there with the rebound is Hollingshed going up for the shot. He is fouled from behind. Good move, good effort by Hollingshed to get the rebound and just position himself to go right back up to draw the foul. 53.6 seconds to go here in the first half. And Hollingshed will go to the free throw line. Drovers up by 2, 48-46. Have a chance to put some distance in the score. And Hollingshed does make the first free throw. As he gets into the scoring column. Now with 2 points in the game. Second free throw misses off the heel of the rim. Almost got the rebound going in, but it's called for the foul. So Hollingshed now with his second foul with 52.8 seconds remaining in the first half. And they're going to shoot free throws as that foul put the Trailblazers in the double bonus. And so Rusk will be at the free throw line shooting 2. He's 1 for 1 so far this afternoon. Has 5 points in the game. Has a chance to pull the Trailblazers to within 1. First free throw was good. As Tyler Colley will come back onto the floor. Hollingshed will go to the sideline. Rusk will have one more coming. 6 points in the game. Got it. It's a 1-point game for the Drovers, 49-48, 51 seconds remaining here in the first half. C.J. Mann with the ball, guarded by Rusk. Keeps the ball alive. C.J. in the paint, goes in for the layup. What a quick move by C.J. Mann. Just took advantage of an opening, laid it off nicely from the glass, and got the layup. 33 seconds to go. The Drovers up by 3, 51-48. Let's see if they can get a defensive stop. On the baseline, Rusk misses on the reverse layup. Now Johnson tries the three. He nails that one. We're tied. 51-51. McCunty on the far side. Gerard working his way into the paint. Has the ball. Thought it was stolen, but Moore is going to be whistled for a reach-in foul.
Jules Moore.
And on Johnson, that is his.
Gerard McCunty.
Moore, that'll be his second personal. McCunty will go to the free throw line, where he's 2 for 2 this afternoon. 12 points in the game to go with 2 rebounds. We're tied, 51 all. 8.2 seconds remaining here in the first half. Gerard with a chance, actually 1-1, my bad. 1-1. Gerard makes the front end, so he'll get the additional freebie. 13 points here in the first half for McCunty, the senior out of Austell, Georgia. And got the friendly roll. 53-51. Coleman across the timeline to Amon. Amon in the paint. Running jumper is good. And that is going to tie it up as we get ready to go into the locker room. 53-53, the Drovers and the Trailblazers knotted up at halftime. We're back in just a moment to go over the first half statistics right after we take a timeout. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network.
I'll tell you what it is. It's a national champion is what it is.
Gets it behind, underneath the cross. What about the slam?
Drovers Nation, let's ride.
Welcome back inside the field house on the campus of Science and Arts of Oklahoma in Chickasha, Oklahoma. We're tied up. The Drovers, the men, and the Trailblazers of UNT-Dallas knotted at 53 each. The Drovers did have a lead early in the game and had a pretty good one there for a while, a 10-point lead at least at one point. But the Trailblazers have come back and knotted it all up at 53 each. Let's go ahead and give you a breakout on the statistics here in the first half. The Drovers hitting 16 of 26 from the floor at 61.5%. They are 8 of 12, for goodness sake, from behind the three-point line, 66.7%, and 13 of 16 at the free throw line, 81.3%. For the Trailblazers, shooting pretty well themselves, 19 of 36 at 52.8%. They are 4 of 10 from behind the three-point line, 40%, and 11 of 15 at the free throw line, 73.3%. Both teams have committed only 3 turnovers. That's remarkable in my opinion, only 3 by each team. And what you do with those those turnovers means a lot. For the Trailblazers, they have scored 6 points off of Drover turnovers, while the Drovers have scored only 2 points off of those 3 turnovers. Total rebounds, the Trailblazers lead in that category, 21-13. They have 9 offensive rebounds, 12 defensive rebounds, while the Drovers have only 1 offensive rebound and 12 defensive rebounds. Assist-wise, the Drovers have 8 and the Trailblazers have 6. 1 block by the Drovers, 1 steal by the Drovers, none in either category for the Trailblazers. 9 fouls called against UNT-Dallas, while the Drovers have had 10 fouls called against them. Individually, let's take a look at how things went in the first half. For the visitors, Vernon Johnson, 5 of 8 from the floor. He missed 1 3-point attempt, 2 for 2 at the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and he has 12 points and playing dangerously with 4 fouls. Curtis Coleman, 4 of 5 at the from the floor, 2 for 2 from behind the arc, 2 for 4 at the free throw line, 3 assists. He has 12 points. Tariq Amon coming off the bench, 4 for 6 shooting, 1 for 2 from behind the arc, 1 for 2 at the free throw line, 1 rebound. He has 10 points, so 3 players for the Trailblazers are in double figure scoring. Jules Moore, a starter, 3 for 5 shooting, 2 for 2 at the free throw line, 4 rebounds, and 8 points. Larry Rust, coming off the bench, is 2 for 5 shooting, 3 for 3 at the charity stripe, 6 rebounds, and 7 points in the first half. Demarion Thornton, a starter, 1 for 5 shooting, all of those coming from behind the arc. Free throw, he is 1 for 2 in the first half, 3 rebounds, 4 points. Ishim Weston, Jaden Johnson-Blair, and DeAndre Robinson have all gotten into the game in the first half, but they have not recorded any points. Looking at the home Drovers, it's Sam Kello-Selle leading all scorers coming off the bench, 7 for 12 shooting, but an incredible 4 of 5 from behind the three-point line, a perfect 3 of 3 at the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 foul, and 21 points. Gerard McCunty, one of the starters for the Drovers, 4 for 5 shooting. He has hit on both of his three-point attempts, 4 of 4 at the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 14 points. CJ Mann has 9 here in the first half, 3 for 3 shooting. He's 1 for 1 from behind the arc and 2 for 2 at the free throw line with 2 rebounds and 1 assist. Logan Dolan, 1 for 3 shooting, all of those attempts coming from behind the arc. He has 1 assist and 3 points. Langston Gaither, coming off the bench, has 2 points. Jace Hollingshed has 2 points. All of those coming at the free throw line for both Gaither and Hollingshed. And Cade Allen, 1 for 1 from the floor. He has 2 points. Tyler Cawley has been in. Jaden Harrell as well as Dallin Forsythe. Neither of those players has scored in the game so far. So that's a wrap-up on how things look here in the first half for both teams as they are tied 53-53. It's the Drovers and the Trailblazers. I almost called them Timberwolves. Anyway, we're tied 53-all here on the SAC Sports Network. Back in just a moment.
Jump in the Porsche, my target. Jump in the line, ice is so cold, I still party. Girl on my shoulder, you applaud me. She call my phone with emergency. She call my phone with that urgency. I said, girl, why you keep calling? I said, girl, why you keep calling? Yeah, she said, I need a new bitch. Cause I know that you're still calling. She just wanna go back to the future, so I brought that girl a DeLorean. 21 minutes until I got done, so I told that girl I'm gonna slaughter. I made that girl up in my show. Left man in the crowd on the floor. But out of town, never saw her before. Tell her, baby, we don't got that long. Listen.
Drives inside, tries to go underneath. Ball's tipped away. Jessica Palmer comes up with the steal. Left side, off the glass, good. So the Drovers get the first. About where the inbounds pass should take place, I think. But Morrow gets the inbound pass and the bucket and 1. BB Polk with the ball, high post to Laney Morrow. Turnaround jumper off the heel, no good. Got her own rebound, right side. Glass is good. Late. Tilly Bettick directing traffic on the far side. Lavender House it between the circles, gets the screen. Parker underneath to Taylor. Borovic has it knocked away by Alexander. Now Alexander in the paint with the shot. It's good. Network tonight, especially the fans from Southwestern Assemblies of God, and it's a backs it up. He's guarded there closely by Noah Bowling. Logan Dolan on the baseline to Silly. Sam with the slam to Allen. Allen with the hot hand. He's got 6 points on 2 3-pointers. Dolan will try it. He got it. Oh my goodness. The Drovers are knocking it down from behind the arc, and they lead 11-4. A timeout is called. 30 seconds by Sam Kelosele. Right side slam. 81-6. Will inbound right baseline for the Drovers. To Allen. He'll try another 3-ball. Got it. Cade Allen. Bowling slips on the floor and is taken away. Sam Kelly with the reverse slam. And the Drovers are dominating 79-68. Line to Silly. Sam with the slam. Welcome back inside the field house here at the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. We are in Chickasha, Oklahoma, the county seat for Grady County. And wherever you may be, we are glad to have you along. And if she's listening, a big shout out to our good friend Darcy Chester, who just finished her eligibility in softball here at USAO this past spring. Darcy, just not only a tremendous individual, but an absolutely fantastic teammate. Designated hitter most of last season, and her trade in the field was at catcher. So now she is on the coaching staff down at Temple College in Temple, Texas. We're proud of her, and if she's listening, hello, Darcy. We miss you, but keep up the good work, young lady. We're glad to have everybody with us, especially our friends from UNT-Dallas who follow the Trailblazers. Glad you could be with us this evening as well. Want to give a shout out to our Cornerstone community partners, Chicken Express and Stanley Systems. At Drover Athletics, we believe in our student athletes and their futures on and off the field. By partnering with members of our community, we're able to display their successes for all the world to see. When you invest in us, you invest in champions. And we also want to thank Dragoon Graphics for sponsoring not only our pregame but our postgame shows for both the men's and women's games. If you have any needs when it comes to screen printing, embroidery, vinyl graphics, and banners, your one-stop shop is Dragoon Graphics. Give them a call at 405-825-3085. For the Drovers, they did lead by as many as 10 in the first half at the 9:32 mark. And looking at what the Drovers need to do, their shooting is tremendous in this game. They are absolutely shooting the ball extremely well. 61.5% from the field, 67% behind the three-point arc. They've made 8 of 12. And they are 81.3% at the free throw line, 13 of 16. And really, you have to give a lot of credit to the Trailblazers as they are keeping up with them. They're hitting 53% from the floor, 40% from behind the arc, and 73.3% at the free throw line. So, in my opinion, I think for the Drovers, they are just going to have to step it up defensively. They've done it before. They did it Thursday night against a very good Sagu Lions team to come away with a tremendous 15-point win that at one point it didn't look like they were going to be able to score that many points to win by that big of a margin, but the shots started falling and they got some defensive stops. So I think they've got to continue the good shooting that they have going in this game, but probably more importantly, and almost any coach in any sport will tell you, what wins games and wins championships will be defense. So the Drovers, let's see what they can do defensively to try to interrupt the tremendous scoring opportunities that the Trailblazers have taken. There I go again. Are taken to make their points here in the first half and maybe minimize and neutralize as much as they can for the Trailblazers and neutralizing their scoring opportunity. Didn't get to mention the head coach for the Trailblazers, Joshua Howard. He is assisted by Matthew Johnson. And for the Drovers, the head coach is Chris Francis, who is assisted by Josh Roach. Both teams are back out on the floor, and we are getting ready to start things here in the second half as we have the teams getting their final instructions from the coaching staffs for the respective teams. And the second half first possession entry pass brought to you by Chicken Express, one of our community cornerstone partners. And they have some good food at Chicken Express. I think Emily Lockridge would tell us that. Now, Emily has an issue. If you order the fish, which I love the fish there, that if you order the fish, it's not right. You should eat chicken. But you do have a choice of fish for those who do like fish. Bottom line, great food at Chicken Express. Trailblazers will have the first possession to begin the second half, brought to you by Chicken Express. Chris Francis, Gerard McCunty having to take care of a uniform issue. Now we're all set to go. We've got a fresh 20 minutes on the clock. And now one of the officials having a quick conversation with Coach Francis, and I think everything is good to go. Rusk will inbound it to begin the second half for the Trailblazers. Tied up 53 all. Coleman will run the first possession on the left wing. Shot on the way by Johnson, too long. Thornton on the shot. C.J. Mann will give it off to McCunty. He's picked up there by Moore. At the high post to Dolan. Step back jumper is good. It's a two-pointer for Gerard McCunty. And the Drovers take the early lead here in the second half, 55-53. McCunty now with 14 points in the game. Rusk out top. Shot is missed by Johnson. Rebound underneath. Moore goes up but draws a foul. So Moore will go to the free throw line where he is 2 for 2 this afternoon. And Gerard will pick up the foul. And for Gerard, that is his first of the game. So Moore at the free throw line will shoot and misses on the first one. He'll have one more coming on the season, shooting 74.2% coming into this afternoon's game.
Jake Harrell.
Second free throw's on the way. Misses that one on the front end of the rim. So Moore now 2 for 4 this afternoon. Jaden Harrell, right side, goes in for the layup, draws a foul, misses. I'll tell you what, that young man showed a lot of bravery Thursday night. I think he ended with 7 points, but he went in multiple times in the paint against some big trees and got knocked to the floor, but got some baskets to go down too. 55-53, Harrell at the free throw line, shooting 2. First one is up. Missed it. Harrell will have one more coming. Try to extend this lead to 3. Second one is on the way, and that rolls out. Rebound by Moore. Still a 2-point lead for the Drovers, 55-53. Coleman has it rejected. The second block this afternoon by Gerard McCunty. He has 13 in this season and averaged 1.4 coming into the game this afternoon. Moore in the paint, has it blocked again by McCunty. Golly, 2 blocks on 1 possession by the Trailblazers. Gerard McCunty, a one-man show. Jaden Harrell trying to get some space, loses the ball. Coleman picks it up. Left side, reverse layup, misses it. Hollingshed with the rebound, and going in for a slam is Gerard McCunty, all alone in the backcourt, and the Drovers are up by 4, 57-53. Rush, left side, on the subsequent offensive possession. Spin move by Johnson going up, and the blocking foul is called against Hollingshed, and for Jace, that'll be his 3rd one. And going to the free throw line will be Vernon Johnson. Johnson, the team's leading scorer, tied with Coleman with 12 points each. He's 2 for 2 at the free throw line this afternoon. First shot is up, got that one. 57-54. Sam Kello-Selle will make his first appearance here in the second half with 18-16 to go. Here in half number 2. One more free throw coming for Vernon Johnson. Shot is up, got it. 2-point lead for the Drovers. Now Cade Allen will run the offense. He's guarded there by Coleman. Out top with it to McCunty. Working against Moore. Down in the blocks to Selle. Turnaround jumper off the glass, won't go. Rebound by Moore underneath for the Trailblazers. Coleman brings it up on the near side. Dribbles in, kicks it out. Moore with the 3-pointer, no good. Running it down is Cade Allen for the Drovers. Allen to Dolan, left alone in the corner. Misses on the 3, rebound Selle. Turnaround jumper, missed it. Coming up with the rebound will be Johnson for the Trailblazers. Coleman going against Allen. Shot blocked by McCunty. That's his 4th of the game. And a foul will be called against Gerard. Good night. 57-55, a 2-point lead for the Drovers. 17-27 here in the second half. Coleman will inbound it. Harrell is on him. Underneath, Moore goes up, and McCunty had to give him a little bit room. He sure did not want to pick up his 3rd foul. So Moore makes the bucket. We're tied 57-57. A high-scoring game with both teams shooting as well as they are. Allen went in, and Selle thought he was going out, and the ball went out of bounds. Unforced error by the Drovers. 17:06 here in the second half. Don't forget, the Drovers, both the men and women, will be at Mid-America Christian University this coming Thursday night. Mid-America upset by Wayland Baptist in the women's game earlier this afternoon by 1 point. Trailblazers with the ball. Coleman left wing, guarded by Harrell. Jumper is good from left elbow. 16:43 to go. 59-57. The Trailblazers have the lead. I think that's their first lead of the game. CJ Mann misses on the three. Ball tipped around, and Sam Kello will be called for the foul coming over the back. And Sam now with 3 fouls in the game. Correction, I'm sorry. He has 2, only 2. Rusk gives it off to Coleman. On the left side, off the glass is good. 61-57. Trailblazers now up by 4. Jaden Harrell guarded closely by Rusk. A lot of contact, but no call. Sam Kello, left side, goes up, off the glass, misses. Rusk, left side on the fast break, in the paint, no good. Moore with the putback. It's a 6-point lead. 63-57 in favor of UNT Dallas. Cade Allen, Jaden Harrell. Harrell gets a screen from McCunty. Harrell drives to the baseline, puts up a shot, no good. And McCunty there with the putback. And a timeout called by head coach Chris Francis. We'll take it with him. 15:40 here in the second. The Drovers trail by 4, 63-59. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network. For the Trailblazers, they did have an earlier lead early in the first half, 2-1. But from that point on, the Drovers led until the Trailblazers took the lead just a few moments ago. Now they are up by 4, 63-59, and Coleman misses on the shot. Langston Gaither back in there. Sam Kello-Selle fighting for the rebound. He has control of the ball. Sam Kello bring it up himself. Look out, and he is going to be charged for no. It's a blocking foul against Jules Moore.
Foul on Jules Moore.
I mean, Sam Kello, he took a couple of long strides and was getting up the court quickly. You could see something coming, and Moore just had to get in the way and keep him from doing something that would get this crowd excited. But a timeout is called by UNT Dallas. We'll take it with them as well. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by our Cornerstone community partners, Chicken Express, Stanley Systems, and the USAO Foundation. At Drover Athletics, we believe in our student athletes. So by partnering with members of our community, we are able to give them the best experience possible.
After the Drovers scored on their last possession, head coach Joshua Howard decided he wanted to call, it was Chris Francis decided he wanted to call a timeout, reset the defense, as that is what they did Thursday night against Sagu and resulted in some good defensive play. CJ Mann inbounding left baseline for the Drovers, gives it to Langston Gaither. Gaither down to the blocks left side, turnaround jumper, and he is fouled on the wrist by Coleman. So that should send Langston to the free throw line, who comes into the game hitting 80%. He is 2 for 3 this afternoon, has 2 points in the game. All of those at the charity stripe.
Drovers 2 shots, Langston Gaither.
First one is good for Gaither. Out of Columbus State University, where he transferred from Alexander, Virginia. One more coming. And misses on that one. So the Drovers now pull within 3. They trail 63-60. Good effort to get in the passing lane and to snap it out of bounds just to prevent the fast break potential there by the Trailblazers, by Langston Gaither. Tariq Amon is back into the game for the first time here in the second half. Gets to the baseline, turns around, jumper from the right side. Left-handed shot is good. 65-60. 5-point lead for the Trailblazers. Gaither on the far side going against Rusk, and Rusk is going to be called for reaching in. And for Rusk, that'll be his second personal. He's got 7 points in the game.
His second.
Inbounding it will be Gaither, and going into the backcourt, C.J. Mann. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Screened by McCunty. Mann still has the ball. He has 1 3-pointer, and Amon is going to be whistled for the foul.
Foul on Tariq Amon.
And so that will be the second one on Tariq. Once again, Gaither inbounding it will go to C.J. Mann. C.J. gets around Amon. Right side, layup off the glass is good. Second time he's made that kind of a play. Man, I like his quickness. He makes a first quick step to the basket. Hard to defend. And if you do, you're going to foul. Rusk down in the blocks to Johnson, working against Selle. Sam Kello could be whistled for the foul, and if that's the case, that'll be for Sam the third. Now Tyler Cawley getting ready to come back on the floor. Sam Kello now with 3 fouls. He has 21 points. McCunty has 20. So now 2 players for the Drovers with 20 points scored. Ball tapped out of bounds by Gaither. Boy, he's got some quickness. 65-62. Trailblazers leading it by 3. 14-15 to go. Second half. Amon out front with it to Rusk. Rusk on the left wing, picked up there by Allen. Gets a screen from Moore. Now McCunty on him. Now they switch. Johnson driving on the baseline. Has it blocked by Cawley. And trying to save it from going out of bounds is Moore. And he's trying to hit it off of Cawley. And it looks like Cawley may have taken it off the shoulder or something. But Moore stepped on the inline before that happened. So the Drovers get the ball. Mann going against Rusk across the timeline. Right side, back to McCunty, left alone. Oh, he faked the 3, dribbles in, kicks it out to Mann. He'll try the 3. Short. Moore with the rebound underneath. Moore going up quickly. Left alone is Rusk for a 3 ball. He nailed it. 68-62, 13:33 left in the second half. The Drovers down by 6. Langston Gaither on the left side misses the layup. The Drovers in somewhat of a little slump here. Moore picks it up and is fouled on the reach-in by Gerard McCunty. That's the third one on the senior out of Georgia.
His third. Team 6th.
68-62. And timeout is going to be called on the floor, and we'll take it as well. 30-second timeout for UNT-Dallas. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network.
The people and the environment. I really loved the environment in the school. I loved the team. I felt very welcomed when I first came here.
I was really excited to play in the U.S. and when I came, this is amazing for me. This is like a big family. The team, the place, even the professors. Everything is great here.
Both teams coming back out on the court after Coach Howard of UNT-Dallas calls the timeout. Rusk running the offense. Amon on the far side in front of his coach. Some zone defense, looks like, by the Drovers. Haven't seen them in that this season. Amon left alone. Now driving in is Rusk in the paint, puts up the shot, and it is a shot clock violation. Did not get the shot away and hit the rim before time expired. So it's an automatic turnover to the Drovers. 12:53 here in the second half. And the hometown Drovers down by 6, 68-62. Man up the floor quickly. McCunty left alone, hits another three-pointer, his third of the game. Gerard 3 for 3 from behind the arc. That gives him 23 and the team lead in scoring. Amon to Coleman. Johnson at the free throw line, gives it back to Coleman. Rusk on the right wing. Turnaround jumper on the baseline is missed by Moore. Rebound by McCunty. Gerard now with 5 rebounds in the game. Langston Gaither backs it out, picks up the dribble, gives it to Mann. 68-65. The Drovers one possession away from tying this game. Mann, right side off the glass, and a whistle away. And Vernon Johnson, number 3, is assessed with the foul. Mann will inbound at right baseline for the Drovers. 12:04 to go here in the second half. Mann trying to find an open teammate. Allen catches it, turns around, shoots, and makes it. Good grief. What good planning and good play. We are tied 68 all with exactly 12 minutes to go. A nice catch and release by Cade Allen. Cade Allen coming to the game this afternoon, averaging 10.4 points a game and shooting from behind the arc 35.2% this afternoon. That is the first three-pointer for Cade. He now has 5 points in the game. 1 for 1 before that. Now he's 2 for 2 and 1 for 1 from behind the arc. So the Drovers have come back to tie it. Still a lot of time left in this one, 12 minutes exactly to go. As I mentioned earlier, of course, the Drover men and women will be at Mid-America Christian University this coming Thursday night, but they will be right back here in the field house at Briscoe McPherson Court a week from today, and they will be playing Southwestern Christian University. So we've got a full week before we'll be back with you again on the SAC Sports Network. Just might have to go up to Mid-America Christian on Thursday and watch that game, even though the Mid-America Christian women lost by 1 today on a last-second shot. You know that they want to maintain a high position in the conference standings and try to get that win against the Drovers. Trailblazers working around the perimeter. Come on, spin move, right side. Scoop shot is good off of the glass. 70-68. Cade Allen will try another three. Ooh, just missed that one. Moore with the rebound on the weak side. 70-68. Drovers come up empty on that possession. Amon on the far side. Out front with it to Thornton. Rusk with the ball. That zone defense a little perplexing, I think, for the Trailblazers. Moore puts up the shot. Got it. Nice shot by Jules Moore. And for Jules Moore, that gives him 5 points in the game. Langston Gaither left side, and he is going to be whistled for player control foul. So Gaither picking up his first foul of the game.
His first.
Correctional, Jules Moore, I'm sorry. He has 14 points in the game. Coleman has 16. Johnson, Moore, and Amon each have 14 points. So 4 players in double figures for the Trailblazers here in the second half. Coleman with the ball. Amon dribbles in, kicks it out. 3 ball on the way is good by Thornton. And now Demarion Thornton has 4 points in the game. CJ Mann with the 3 ball, skips across the bucket, ball tipped around, and Thornton with the rebound. Tariq Amon will slow it down for the Trailblazers as we are coming up on exactly 10 minutes remaining in the game, so halfway through here in the second half. 3 ball by Amon, misses it, rebound to Harrell. Over on the near side to McCunte. Back out front to Harrell. Picks up the dribble. Logan Dolan, guarded by Amon. Now Harrell with the ball. High post to McCunte. Harrell coming in from the baseline, gets the layup. 75-70. Drovers cutting into that lead, down by 5. 9:27 remaining. Coleman with the ball to Rusk. Back out front to Thornton. Now Thornton will put up another 3 ball. Missed. Rusk with the rebound offensively to keep it on their end of the court. 14 seconds on the shot clock. In the corner, shot is on the way by Coleman. He nailed that 3-pointer, 78-70. The Drovers now down by 8. Jayden Harrell with the ball to McCunte. Logan Dolan gets the screen from McCunte, stops, leaner from the right side, off the glass, good, and 1. Logan Dolan now with a chance to cut the deficit for the Drovers to 5. Coach Francis told us in our pregame interview that this Trailblazers team matched up very well with them physically, and he certainly is right. They don't. The Trailblazers don't have a big man per se. Nobody's 6'9", 6'10", but they have some good, strong forwards and some great guard play. Very similar to what the Drovers have. 78-73. The old-fashioned 3-point play is successful for the Drovers. They trail by 5. Just under 8.5 minutes remaining in the game. The Drovers stay in the 2-3 zone. Amon down in the corner is missed by Thornton. Rebound by McCunte. Harrell has it on the far side. Gets into the paint, left side, gives it to Dolan, running the baseline. Oh, just misses the baseline layup. Oh, wow, what in the world was that? A forearm to the face from Moore on to Dolan. Jeez Louise.
Second.
And he took one to the chin.
Team number 8.
Stops the clock with 8:06 to go. Dolan with his second foul. At the free throw line will be Jules Moore, who is 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. Missed on the free throw on the 1-and-1 opportunity. Jayden Harrell as Sam Kelosele back into the game, and he wanted the ball. Dolan on the baseline. The man misses it. Man got the rebound, kicks it out. Near corner, Selle runs in and puts up the shot, and he is knocked to the floor. Sam Kello was determined to get to the hoop with that possession. And Amon picks up the foul. That'll be the third one on him. Sam Kello at the free throw line. He has 21 points. He's 3 for 3 on free throws this afternoon. Got the first one to go down. 78-74. This is one way to crawl yourself back into the game and chip away at that lead. And if they can get some more shots to fall, maybe even take the lead. Selle with one more coming. He has 22 points this afternoon. Second free throw is good. Now give him 23 as he and McCunte going back and forth on the lead. They're both tied with the lead with 23 points each. C.J. Mann has 11. Logan Dolan has 6. Allen has 5. Gaither with 3. Hollingshed and Harrell with 2 each. In the paint is Coleman. He gets the mid-range jumper to fall. 78-75. Correction, 80-75. Sam Kello-Selle underneath on the left side is able to get the shot to drop through. 80-77. Trailblazers leading it by 3. 7:08 to go here in the second half. Slowing it down is Curtis Coleman. He'll give it off to Rusk. To Amon as they work it around the perimeter. Coleman, free throw line jumper is good. 82-77. Underneath, going too long with it is McCunty. Looking at the shooting for both teams, UNT-Dallas. Timeout is called by UNT-Dallas. We'll just keep it here. Go over some numbers very quickly. The Trailblazers shooting 31 of 63, 49.2%. They are 7 of 18 from behind the three-point line at 39%, and at the free throw line, 13 of 20 at 65%. For the Drovers, they are still shooting over 50%, 25 of 46 at 54.3%, 10 of 19 from behind the arc, 52.6%, and 17 of 23 at the free throw line at 74%. Coming into the game, the Drovers were shooting 32.8% from behind the arc. Well, so a great afternoon for Coach Francis and his Drovers, having a better afternoon shooting from behind the arc at 52.6%. Again, both teams taking care of the ball. The Drovers have 6 turnovers. The Trailblazers have 4, and the Trailblazers have scored 8 points off of those turnovers, while the Drovers have scored 5 points off of 4 Trailblazers turnovers. Rebounding-wise, it's quite one-sided. Actually, the Trailblazers, 39 total rebounds to only 27 for the Drovers. So these Trailblazers winning the battle on the boards, and it shows with the 5-point lead, 82-77, also with just some good shooting for the visiting Trailblazers. Right now, they are outscoring the Drovers 29-24 here in the second half. Amon with the ball, guarded by C.J. Mann. Out front with it to Moore, and trying to tie him up is C.J. Mann. He is going to be whistled for the foul.
C.J. Mann.
That'll be the second one on him. C.J. with 11 points this afternoon. 4 for 7 shooting from the floor, a three-pointer and 2 free throws. Moore back at the free throw line where he is 2 for 5. Got that one to go down.
More at the line. One more.
So he'll get one more. Clock stops, 6:25 to go on this Saturday evening. Second free throw good. Extends the lead back up to 7, 84-77 in favor of the visiting Timberwolves. Trailblazers of UNT-Dallas. C.J. Mann with the ball. High post is McCunty. And C.J. Mann will step back for a 3 on the far side and got it. That pulls the Drovers to within 4, 84-80. Just under 6 minutes to go. Tariq Amon with the ball, running the offense for the Trailblazers. Johnson directing traffic, almost had the ball knocked away by Selle. Out front to Amon. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson setting the screen. Selle going against Amon, and the underhand scoop layup from the left is good by Amon. That gives him 16 points in the game. Tied for second in scoring for the Trailblazers. Jump shot is no good for Sam Kello-Selle. Those were some of the shots that were going down for him in the game Thursday night against Southwestern Assemblies of God. 5:08 to go. 86-80. The Trailblazers with the 6-point lead. Could extend it to 8 or 9. Rusk is in there, down on the blocks to Johnson. And a late whistle. And he'll be shooting 2 free throws as the foul is going against Cade Allen. And for Cade, that is his second foul of the game. He's got 5 points this afternoon. Cade from Hammond, Oklahoma, out there in the western part of the state. Ryan and Damon Minor. You may have heard of those players that came out of Hammond and starred at the University of Oklahoma in basketball and baseball. They're from Hammond. 15 points now for Johnson. One more free throw coming. Got that one. Pushes the lead up to 8, 88-80. CJ Mann with the ball. Coach Francis up off the bench. CJ Mann left side, left open. Can't get it to fall. That's probably one of the things going on for the Drovers this afternoon. Some of those types of shots just are not going down. 4:36 remaining in the game. The Drovers still trail by 8, 88-80. Rusk driving in now, double teamed by McCunty, and reaching in is Cade Allen. He'll pick up his third foul of the game.
His third.
And the Drovers now have put the Trailblazers in the double bonus. So from here on out, for the remaining 4 minutes and 25 seconds, the Trailblazers are shooting 2 free throws for every foul committed by the Drovers. Rusk with an opportunity to extend the lead to double digits. Misses on the first one. Rusk with 10 points in the game, 11 rebounds. There are 2 players for the Trailblazers with a double-double. Jules Moore has 13 rebounds, 16 points. And as I mentioned, Rusk with 11 and 10 pending this upcoming free throw. He got it. Now he has 11 points and 11 rebounds. Rusk coming off the bench to get those. CJ Mann working the ball for the Drovers. Sam Kello in the paint, loses the handle on the ball, no call. Looking for the foul, but no whistle. Amon with the ball with a 9-point lead. Looking for a chance to increase it to double digits. Jules Moore down in the blocks against CJ Mann. Gets to the baseline, underneath, right side, misses, gets his own rebound, goes back up, and the shot is blocked by Gerard McCunty, who at last count had 4 blocks in the game this afternoon.
His fourth.
And it'll be the 4th foul against Gerard. He has 23 points. Sam Kelosele has 25 to lead the Drovers. Moore back at the free throw line and got the first one to go down. Now with 17 points and 14 rebounds. Jules Moore, 6'6" junior forward out of Houston, Texas. Having a big second half for the Trailblazers. Second free throw is good. 91-80. 3:43 remaining. One of these teams could break the century mark. That's the way the scoring has gone this afternoon. Not many turnovers and a lot of baskets and free throws being made. Jaden Harrell, guarded by Curtis Coleman. Double high post. Selle, left side. CJ Mann open for a 3. Misses it off the front of the rim. And Amon with the ball. A possession that was one and done for the Drovers. They've got to crack the boards offensively. 3:09 remaining in the game. Drovers trail it by 11, 91-80. Curtis Coleman jumper from the free throw line, misses it. McCunty with the rebound, gives it to Jaden Harrell. Harrell, CJ Mann will try another 3-pointer. Got that one. CJ Mann with his third tray of the game. 91-83. And a timeout is called by the Drovers. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network. For the Drovers, this is probably the toughest conference game they've had all season. And it's coming at the hands of a very good UNT-Dallas Trailblazers team. 7 turnovers by the Drovers. And the Trailblazers have scored 12 points off of those turnovers. Rebounding-wise, once again, the Trailblazers dominating 43-29. Trailblazers with the ball. Drovers down by 8. Looking for another stop if they can get it. Moore drives in right side, looks underneath, finds an open Johnson who gets the bucket. Vernon Johnson, nice look underneath for the Trailblazers. That gives him 16 points in the game. Sam Kelosele, does he still have some heroics in him? Langston Gaither with the 3 ball. Got it! Langston Gaither
for 3.
Comes in and cuts the lead down to 7 for the Trailblazers, 93-86. And Langston commits the foul as they've got to do some of that early with only 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the game. The Drovers are down by 7. But as I mentioned earlier, from here on out,
Larry Russ, shoot 2.
the Trailblazers are shooting 2 free throws because they are in the double-double and have been since about 3.5 minutes remaining in the game. And first one is missed. Trailblazers with a total of 8 personal fouls. So for the Drovers, it's a 1-and-1 unless it's a shooting foul. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining in the remaining 2 minutes and 11 seconds of this game. Rusk with his other free throw makes that one, 94-86. 8-point lead for the visiting Trailblazers. Jayden Harrell, far side, brings it up quickly, gets into the lane, puts up the shot, misses it. C.J. Mann to McCunty. He'll try the 3. Got it! Gerard McCunty pulls the Drovers to within 5. 1:54 to go in the game. Amon with the ball. Goes over on the far side to Rusk. Langston Gaither trying to steal, misses it. And there's a player on the floor that was hit in the area of the face. It looks like Tariq Amon, and he is writhing in pain. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the SAC Sports Network.
Game is on the line, and everything rides on one shot. You need a team you can count on. And when injuries occur, count on the one team who knows sports medicine. Norman Regional's Ortho Central, your premier team of orthopedic specialists, working to get you back on the court and back in the game. Visit orthocentralok.com or call 360-6764.
Start flying, crawfish, same color snow in his head brown. We got no protein to move with it's a brick town. I'm 50 years busy with a switch, you can't miss town. When we start till we start bringing that big round. We see what the Rizzy give that little dog a big ground. Like I ain't the one who started this. Like I don't make sure you boys pay you charges. I'm shopping, but I live in you know, when folks run fast, I had the young messed up. Top soda bottle before inside my clutch. You can't post the Instagram, no. One of us can't do it. I be in practice, I got real skills.
Andrea Freimiller, the trainer for the Drovers, coming out to check out Tariq Amon. Good sportsmanship by Sam Kelosele, coming over to tap him with the hand, just let him know, hope everything's okay. And Amon will go back over to the Trailblazers bench, and Coach Howard out there as well. And it's always good to see good sportsmanship in a close battle that we're having here this afternoon. Trailblazers had an 11-point lead just what seemed like a few moments ago, but the Drovers had come back and pulled to within 5, 94-89. Cello is on Johnson. Out front to Curtis Coleman. Gaither is on him. Coleman, left side, got the layup. Somehow it got in there. 90 seconds to go in the game. 96-89. Langston Gaither, step back three. Short. Into Sam Kello-Sele's hand. On the right side, gets the layup. 1:17 to go in the game. Coach Francis is going to call a timeout. That leaves one for the Drovers as they have pulled to within 5, 96-91. We'll just keep it right here. Two good teams going after it. We had an idea it was going to be a good matchup this afternoon. The women coming away with a 70-65 win over UNT-Dallas. A very physical team. The women's team of UNT-Dallas, they're going to cause some fits throughout this conference schedule this year. The Drovers coming away with the win. Now 9-0 on the season and 4-0 undefeated in conference play. Again, that big game coming up Thursday night at Mid-America Christian University. The next home game will be a week from today. Same time, women's game at 2 o'clock. Men's game is scheduled usually at 3:45. I don't think we got started on this one until maybe 4:30. Nevertheless, we will be right back here and hope that you can be with us too, as the Drovers will be hosting Southwestern Christian University in another Center Athletic Conference home doubleheader. 1:16 remaining on the clock. The Drovers with one timeout remaining. The Trailblazers have two. The Drovers are down 96-91. The Trailblazers in a double bonus situation, which they have been now for about the last 3 minutes. And the Drovers in a bonus situation. So if they're fouled, unless it's shooting, it's a 1-and-1. Curtis Coleman and trying to get a trap in the backcourt. Coleman gets away. Gets it across the timeline in time and reaching in and whistle for the foul is Tyler Cawley. So 2 free throws coming for the Trailblazers. And it will be Rusk, Larry Rusk coming off the bench with 12 points. Trailblazers now with 5 players in double figures led by Curtis Coleman's 25. Rusk 5 for 7 at the free throw line. Now make that 6 of 8. Extends the lead to 6, 97-91. Should he miss this next one, it's a 2-possession game for the Drovers with 96 seconds remaining in the contest. Rusk, couple of dribbles, shoots it, misses it. 2-possession game for the Drovers. Gaither's got to get it up quickly. Gets in the lane, kicks it out to man. Over to Selle. Selle dribbles in underneath, and off the glass is Gaither, and a technical foul is going to be called. And they're calling it, and I'm sure Tanner will correct me, it's a Class B technical foul, flopping. Aha, it's tapped the backboard. Okay. So one technical free throw coming for the Drovers after the backboard was tapped. 97-93. Girard has a chance to cut the lead. He does. 97-94. It's a 1-possession game, and the Drovers will be on defense as the Trailblazers will inbound the ball. Full court pressure, full court press by the Drovers. Thornton with the ball. Allen is in there. C.J. Mann now is on Coleman. Double team. Coleman trying to get away. Down in the corner to Moore. Moore dribbles in the right side. Puts up the shot and one. The Drovers had no choice. They had to foul. They could not just let him go uncontested to the basket. So Moore gets the layup, and he'll have one more shot coming from the free throw line. Jules Moore now climbing up in the second place in scoring for Timberwolves this game. He has 20 on that layup. Has a chance to pick up his 21st. He does. 44.3 seconds to go. 99-94. It's a 5-point lead for the Timberwolves. 2-possession game for the Drovers. 100-94. Correction. Man, 3-ball. Misses it short. Curtis Coleman with the rebound. All they have to do is wait. It goes off of the foot of Curtis Coleman, so the Drovers still remain alive. 25.6 seconds to go. As the Timberwolves are going to call,
Timeout on the floor, USAO.
USAO uses their final timeout. It's a 60-second timeout. We'll take it with them as well. Drovers down by 6, 25.6 seconds to go. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network. Well, the Drovers certainly have their work cut out for them. I have seen games with a team in a bigger deficit with less time on the clock to come back and tie it and to go into overtime. But it's going to take some remarkable effort by the Drovers because these Trailblazers, very talented and athletic team. Gaither driving in. McCunty, right side. Got it. Need a stop. 18.6 seconds to go. 100-96. His tip. It's got it. McCunty. Gaither. 3-ball. Got it! They have 100-99. 14.6 seconds to go. Oh, my goodness. The Drovers are incredible. Oh, my word. What a defensive effort on the inbound pass to cause a turnover. And then a three-pointer made to pull the Drovers to within 1 point. Good grief. I mean, there is no quit in this team. You love to see it. 199, Gerard McCunty. This has to be a career high for Gerard. He's got 29 points tonight. We'll have to do some looking in the records. He is 4 of 4 from behind the three-point line, 5 of 5 at the free throw line, 10 of 11. He has hit 99. He's hit 90% of his shots from the floor today. Langston Gaither coming off the bench. He's 2 for 3 from behind the arc. Just a tremendous scoring by the Drovers from behind the arc. As a team, they have hit for the game 15 of 27 attempts from behind the arc. 14.6 seconds to go. It's a 1-point lead for the Drovers. They have no timeouts left, while UNT-Dallas has 1. And Russ wanting to try to check in. The officials will not let him. Inbounding it will be Johnson Blair, excuse me. And the intentional foul against Thornton. And Thornton will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 12.9 seconds to go. So that was a pretty quick foul with 1.7 seconds elapsed from the inbound pass. And it will be Thornton, who is 1 for 2. And he had it roll out. It's a one-possession game, obviously. Even if he scores, the Drovers have to come down and score. Conventional wisdom would say that you want to go for the tie. You don't have to shoot the three-pointer if this free throw is made, come down, shoot a two-pointer, tie it. Let's go into overtime. Here's the shot. It's made. Okay, 101 to 99. The Drovers with the ball. Langston Gaither on the far side. Comes over toward the middle. Gets a screen. Langston Gaither, left side. Puts up the shot. It's good! We're tied! We're tied! 5.4 seconds to go. No foul. No foul. Get in front of the shooter. And a timeout is going to be called by UNT Dallas. 4.4 seconds to go. They are going to draw up what they hope is a winning play.
Timeout on the floor.
And boy, what a defensive stand that the Drovers will need to make here. They've got to be smart and try not to foul, because if that happens, that will automatically put the Trailblazers back on the free throw line to shoot two. Wow. Oh, both teams, again, I've said it before because it's true, the shooting has been nothing less than spectacular. Both teams shooting over 50%. Both teams hitting over 35% from behind the arc. And at the free throw line, both teams shooting over 65%. So for UNT Dallas, they are 68.6% at the free throw line, 39% behind the arc, 50.7% from the floor. The Drovers, 34 of 61 shooting, 55.7%, 15 of 27 at 55.6% from behind the three-point line, and 18 of 24 at the charity stripe for 75%. Turnover-wise, each team in single digits. That's how well both of these teams have handled the ball and how well they have shot the ball. That combined, there are only 13 turnovers between both teams. Inbounding it will be Marion Thornton. Let's see how it goes. Johnson has it, stops, gives it to Coleman. He'll put up a three ball. It's short. Did they call a foul? Oh, no. They called a foul against Gerard McCunty with 1/10 of a second to go.
Gerard.
Unbelievable.
That's his fifth. Curtis Coleman be shooting three.
He's shooting three free throws, and Coach France is talking it over with one of the officials. All he's got to do is make one. And he's not satisfied. I don't know how you can call it on that shot. But he did. Part of the game. Trailblazers, as they say sometimes, stealing a game on the road in conference play. Second free throw good. One more coming. Good. 104-101. There's the attempt to hit a three-pointer. And the Trailblazers come away with an upset road victory here inside the USAO Fieldhouse. Final score 104-101 as they now are 3-1 in conference play, which is the same record for the Drovers after the opening loss, first loss at home in conference play. And we will be back to wrap it up here in just a moment. Final score, UNT Dallas 104, USAO 101. This is Drovers basketball on the SAC Sports Network. Gives it to Hyde underneath the cross. What about the slam?
Drovers Nation, let's ride.
We're back inside the field house on the campus of Science and Arts of Oklahoma in Chickasha, Oklahoma, where the Drovers drop a very closely played game against a very good UNT-Dallas Trailblazers team. Final score 104-101. The Drovers came back to tie it 101-101 with 4.4 seconds to go as the Trailblazers had to go the full length of the court. They got it down to one of their better players on the team, and that was Curtis Coleman. And Coleman, on an attempted three-point play, was fouled by Gerard McCunty beyond the three-point line. And as a result, he went to the free throw line, hit 3 free throws, and that is the margin of victory, 104-101. The game was tied in the first half, 53-53 going into halftime. And then the Trailblazers coming back to outscore the Drovers 51-48 here in the second half. Again, can't reiterate how well both teams shot this afternoon. 35 of 69, 50.7% for the Trailblazers. 7 of 18 from behind the arc at 38.9%. 27 of 38 at the charity stripe, 71.1%. For the Drovers, 34 of 61 shooting, probably their best shooting game of the season so far, 55.7%. 15 of 27 from beyond the arc at 55.6%, and 18 of 24, 75% at the free throw line. Of course, again, looking at the advantage that UNT-Dallas had, and they worked their way to get that advantage, is they were in the double bonus situation with around 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. And that was huge, helping them to get the lead and hold on to it. And, of course, when you're fouled behind the arc, you're getting 3 opportunities. That doesn't hurt your cause either. Again, I can't express how impressive both teams were tonight handling the ball. Combined 13 turnovers. The Drovers had 7, and it was 6 for UNT-Dallas. Points off of those turnovers, the UNT-Dallas Trailblazers had 12, and the Drovers scored 10 points, so relatively even there. Rebounding-wise, this is where I think the Trailblazers did a great job out-rebounding the Drovers by 10, 44-34. They had 16 offensive rebounds, and the Drovers only had 5 on the offensive end, and maybe that's part of the reason the Drovers struggled is they could not get a second shot off on possessions with only 5 offensive rebounds. They had 29 defensive rebounds to 28 for UNT-Dallas. The Drovers had 18 assists. The Trailblazers had 11. No blocks for the Trailblazers, but the Drovers had 5, and I think 4 of those coming from Gerard McCunty. 2 steals by the Drovers and 2 for the Trailblazers. 25 fouls called against USAO to only 16 for UNT-Dallas. Individually, the Trailblazers had, looks like, 5 players in double figures. Curtis Coleman led with 28 points. He had 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 10 of 16 shooting from the floor. Perfect 3 for 3 from behind the arc and 5 of 7 at the free throw line. Jules Moore, the second leading scorer, with 21, 7 of 14 from the floor. Missed on 1 3-point attempt, 7 of 10 at the free throw line, 14 rebounds. So he is one of 2 players with a double-double for the Trailblazers tonight. Vernon Johnson, 6 for 11 shooting. He was a perfect 6 of 6 at the free throw line, 18 points, 2 rebounds. Tariq Aman was 7 of 10 for shooting, 1 for 3 behind the arc, 1 for 2 at the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 16 points. And the other player with a double-double, Larry Rusk, coming off the bench, 3 for 7 shooting, 1 for 1 behind the arc, 6 for 9 at the free throw line, 11 rebounds, and 13 points. Demarion Thornton was 2 for 9 shooting and 2 for 4 at the free throw line. He had 8 points. And Weston Johnson, Blair, Robinson saw some action, but they did not score. For the Drovers, Gerard McCunte coming away with has to be one of his best games offensively for the Drovers, defensively as well. He was 10th of 11 from the floor, a perfect 4 of 4 from behind the three-point line, and a perfect 5 of 5 at the charity stripe. He finishes with 29 points and just a tremendous offensive power he displayed tonight. 9 of 18 for Sam Keloselli from the floor. He had 4 of 5 from behind the three-point line. He also was perfect at the charity stripe, 5 for 5, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He finishes with 27 points, the second game in a row that Selle has finished with 27 points. C.J. Mann, 6 for 12 shooting. 3 of 8 behind the arc, 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 17 points. Langston Gaither, 4 for 7 shooting coming off the floor. He had 2 3-pointers, 3 for 5 at the charity stripe, a rebound, 2 assists, and 13 points. So the Drovers with 4 players in double figures. Logan Dolan, 6 points, 2 for 6 shooting. He had a 3-pointer, 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Cade Allen, 2 for 3 from the floor. 1 for 2 behind the arc. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 5 points. Jace Hollingshed was 2 for 4 at the free throw line. He finishes with 2 points. Jaden Harrell, 1 for 3 shooting from the floor. He was 0 for 2 at the charity stripe. 2 points for the sophomore out of Midwest City. Tyler Cawley saw some action along with Dallin Forsyth, but neither of those players scored. So the final score, once again, right at the buzzer, 104 to 101 as a result of 3 free throws after the foul was assessed against Gerard McCunte on Curtis Coleman, who was shooting a 3-pointer, and he made all 3 of those tosses, and that is the margin of victory, 104 to 101. Once again, the Drovers now go to 5-4 overall, 3-1 in conference play, while UNT-Dallas is 5-3 overall and 3-1 in conference play as well. So both teams with identical records after this evening's game. Just a reminder that the Drovers will be on the road at Mid-America Christian University next Thursday night, and that's in South Oklahoma City. If you can make it out there, if you're local, you'll see a good game, I can guarantee you. And we will be right back here inside the field house at USAO next Saturday to take on Southwestern Christian University. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. The women won 70-65. The men drop a close one, but they'll rebound and be back again next week. You can guarantee it. Thanks again. We hope that you enjoyed the rest of your Saturday evening, and good night from Chickasha, Oklahoma.